everybody, it's the D-Rock100, and welcome back to more of our Pokemon and FireRed and LeafGreen. Last time, we took on the Vermilion City Gym. We did a little bit of sort of more exploring around, and we got preparation to make ready to go into our next destination, which is the Rock Tunnel. This time, we're not gonna do that quite yet. To get to Lavender Town from Cerulean City, Rock Tunnel appears to be a good route to take. Let's see. A big Pokemon is fast asleep on the road. We want to talk to this guy real quick. You have exactly hit 30 different kinds of Pokemon, and we get the item finder. There are items on the ground that may be hidden from view. Use the item finder to detect any hidden items close to you. The machine is a bit limited. It can't pinpoint an item's location. What it does is show the direction of where the item is. Use it to get in your bearings, then search the suspect in the area by hand. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the item finder. It wouldn't be until later generations when we have to deal with something like that. This guy put us abroad on a deep and uncomfortable slumber. We'll be dealing with you a little bit later. We have no way to awaken him that has oversized and grown up at eating 500 pounds of meat a day. Or 500 pounds of food or whatever. And we're just gonna carry on our way. The underground path is where you'll find a majority of hidden items, but I'm not going to be worrying much about that. Of course, I will double back if I need to. Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have my man. There we go. Let's deposit a Pokemon. There we go. Let's see how he's coming along. It's grown by 2. Alright, we'll come back and head it to you a little bit later. So now, we're gonna head off to the east and look at to a new location. There's nothing that's new from us out here, but there will be in a little bit. Alicia, and you have an Oddish. Alright. Yeah. A lot of these trainers out here are not required, but this one is one of those. So what I'm going to try to do is make it so that we get some Pokemon trainers here that are required and see how it goes from there. And dang it, Meowth! Uh-oh. Okay. This is a dangerous combination. Meow! Will you wake the hell up? It is not that convoluted. So what is this, like 4 turns in number 1 you kept being asleep? Sheesh. Thank you! Alright, excuse me. Thank you! Ah, yes. Raise your special attack stat. Like, that would do any good. Yay. Seriously, device, you really need to stop doing that. I thought we had that fixed. I think the cord really is starting to go out. Oh, come on! What is it about with these types of moves that when they're actually trying to get the best of me? I mean, come on, you're not that bad of a move! Thank you! Jesus. This is what they get when we're trying to have a little bit of some fun with playing the game. Alright. You deceived me. I feel like that's your problem, not mine. TM40 Aerial Ace! Ooh. Can't go wrong with something like that. Alright. Let's see. You're technically not a required trainer, but I think you are a trainer of interest that I want to look into. I think we've already seen a Machop. I might as well. Like that would do any good. Now I'm going to wrap you up to faint. Oh, okay, so you weren't really that much of a trainer of interest. But you do have... Whoops. And that was a critical hit? Wow, that actually did a little bit more than I thought. Hey! Are you trying to throw rocks at my face? Dick? No kidding, you are male. Weed Whacker! How did you not level up from that? Ah! You know what? Let's check. 6! Yuck! Whatever. Oh, so you move, okay. Can you look the other way, please? Thank you. I would like to come up here real quick because I think there is something up here that might be worth our time. Might. But I guess you are, I guess, technically a trainer of interest? Because you do have a Beedrill. You know, we've already seen a Beedrill. I had one. There's a flinch! And unfortunately, you won't get poisoned from this because you are part poison type. Just get bitten and get your stinger chomped off and faint and shut up. And if you're worried about having to go back to heal up after all these fights, don't worry. There is a Pokemon Center nearby, and you'll be just fine. I want to bet you that a handful of you guys would probably breathe a sigh of relief for knowing that. Alright, Inferno's a little 26. Don't impressing me with that bulk there, buddy boy. What? What a total waste of time. Hey, you're the one that challenged me, buddy. You're the one that challenged me. Alright. Actually, yeah, I'm alright on repels. Alright. Now, I believe, if my memory serves, there should be something of interest among this patch of grass right here. I think. I could whip out the item finder and make this quick, but I'm lazy. Okay, that was actually pretty funny. Okay. I hear a sand shrew. Okay, so yep, nope. Never mind. No! God! Sassafras! Yes, yes, yes. Intimidate me all you want. But it's a good thing the dark is still counted as special in this game. Odor Sleuth. So you chose to identify me. Okay, so what's the point? Probably could just wasted it in a match. Okay, I'm actually incorrect. You are a trainer of interest. You have a starter. I should point out that there was a picnicker from due north of Vermilion when they actually had a Squirtle, and I was working on doing some off-screen training out there, so... Whoops. Out like a light. When the moon will rise. Alright. Fortunately, this is a required fight, so I can't exactly get around on that one. But it's okay. Instead of we care about a stupid Caterpie. And why are you not a Butterfree? Think of how powerful that thing could be. Okay. I think this is a new one. Venonat. Again, you identified me. A game? I know that you were quite the thing back in 2004 or something like that, but how and why? Heck, even the updated version of this game, Let's Let It Go, they had less of an issue or something like this. Of course, then again, that game didn't come with any abilities, so I shouldn't be complaining too much about it. Are you Oogie? Because it literally says, "My bugs! My bugs!" Taking the wrong tunnel to Lavender, okay. Then why aren't you doing that right now? You have 4 Pokemon on your team, Drew? Sheesh, I knew that you were a picnicker, but... Really? You use a priority move on me? Well, I'm gonna go for a double kick even though that kicked you once. Maybe you kind of deserve that one, buddy. Unless you have something on your team that actually may be worth my time, you're gonna get it bad. And I mean bad. Yeah. Weewacker, get that 6 experience, and then you need it out of that 372. Ooh, okay. Let's see. The foe is sprayed with a harsh, hidden, hide-melting acid that may lower defense. I like the poison powder. I do like that. Sleep powder could come in handy. There is technically one Pokemon that is weak to poison. Almost literally. I'm gonna pass on this one. I know this would give Weed Whacker another way of fighting, but I have a reason for this. There's a better poison type move that I wanted to learn a little bit later. Yeah. We'll do that. Alright. Jeez, we've been seeing a lot of raps lately. Says I'm in there trying to let this be a wrap-up. Alright. A patch of grass up here. Okay, there was nothing. Ah, you jerk! The movement momentum here tricked me. Well, thanks, dick. Hey! That wasn't nice. And now I kick you in the armpits. Both of them. Because that's how I do. You know what? Just to show off on my pent-up frustration on that, I'm gonna pull off an irony on this one. And irony, I need Metal Claw. What the heck happened? Okay, you know what? I won't question that logic game. But I will not deny him the use of getting that attack buff twice, though. Luckily for me, you activated my special ability. Uh-oh. And I'm dead. I got cocky. But yeah, alright. Just go for the payday, and then we'll get some extra money out of it so you guys can shut up. Yay! Bryce. What's that? Alright, you. A Chestoberry. Alright, so we come over here. We are now at a brand new route. Got some water up here. But we'll deal with that at another time, because there is something out there that we will need to have a certain HM to help us out with this. And now, the time has come for us to talk about the one new Pokemon that we can find out here at Route 10. Oh. Weaker Pokemon evolve certainly can add to the Pokédex. However, at times, you may not want a certain Pokemon to evolve. In that case, give the Everstone to that Pokemon. It will prevent evolution according to the professor. How? Alright, so. Now where were we? Ah, yes. One new Pokemon. And this is actually a Pokemon that I actually don't want to take a moment to kind of talk a little bit about a little bit more. Voltorb! Wait no more if you're looking for the fastest Pokemon in the game. Not even joking. Once it's fully evolved, it becomes the fastest Pokemon in the game. But it's a content with great speed, also comes with fantastic special offensive stats. Well, kind of. It's seriously having the same stat distribution with its physical attack and defense, special attack, special defense only. It will know him with Thunder Shock. It knows some pretty decent moves. In fact, there's one right there. The one big thing that I want to quickly say to really kind of watch out for is that it's frail. Like, actually very frail. And if you want one, I highly recommend Static for the ability rather than Soundproof. Because I like the idea of paralyzing your Pokemon, well, your enemy's Pokemon, rather nicely on this. Once it evolves an Electrode, almost nothing can outside of beat you in the game except for priority moves and higher level Pokemon. It will know Thunderbolt, it will know Rain Dance, it will know Self-Destruct Explosion, and it will know Thunder. In fact, having him Rain Dance with Thunder for this Pokemon is great. Because Rain Dance gives Thunder a 100% accuracy boost. It is that good. Just be warned on two very crucial details. If it's a swing and a miss, it's going to likely to go down after a really good hit from almost any move in the game. Especially ground types. Like, one good Magnitude, boom! Dead. Of course, then again, you can always use this to pretty much just allow yourself to be... go boom in case of things didn't get out of hand with Self-Destruct and Explosion. Just make sure that you get plenty of oomph for that. Ah, come on! Well, Ethan, you're required, I guess. I could have cut through those trees. And you're faster than Jade is. Phenomenal. Oh, what the heck? Thank you. Oh, okay. Clefairies are hard to find, but at the lower level of that Mount Moon, that's how you're going to be finding them. And excuse me, double slap means you only hit me twice, not 5 times. You know what, Clefairy? Maybe you deserve him to get poisoned on that one. Thank you. Something that's actually an accurate representation of double his slap. And I'll let the poison take care of you. Go down. Good night. And Jade, get level 25 while you're at it. Alright. Oh, after all my training. Hike. This is what you get for trying to play fair. But then again, you can only do so much at a time. Okay, here we go. And now, we enter probably one of the most annoying dungeons in the game. The Rock Tunnel. I'm sure that a lot of people have a bad history with this place, but me, I can simplify with that. This place is a maze. We got a repel to boot on that, which is nice. In here, we have 2 new Pokemon here for us to look for, and one of them is actually something that could be worth your time rather nicely. First up, Machop, our second fighting type. This is a Pokemon that I feel like has aged relatively well. But unfortunately, this is when things can get a little bit complex. And by complex, I mean that it's going to be kind of awkward to deal with. You think with a Pokemon that's like that, it would mainly prioritize and melee and attack stat? Well, believe it or not, this is actually rather bulky. Once it evolves it into Machoke at a decently high level of 28, it'll start knowing some very good fighting type moves. Vital Throw leveling up, Karate Chop. Heck, even give this anything Bulk Up. It could potentially do you wonders if you want. You will need a trade hit to get into its final evolution of Machamp. And for someone who used a Machamp in the past Let's Play, at least I think I did, this is actually a very good Pokemon and that can do a lot of good physical hits. And, well, let's face it, it can do you wonders in many good ways. Guts is a dangerous ability to give this thing. In fact, this was before No Guard became so broken. If it's suffering from any status problems, like maybe paralysis or maybe even burn, yeah, that attack stat's gonna go in and give you some much needed beef. Just be mindful that if you're gonna go for something like that, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I like this. It's just kind of a dangerous move to go with. Lastly, Onix. I'm just gonna come out and quickly say this. If you're gonna go for an Onix, make absolutely sure you have Rockhead for the ability. I say this because Sturdy did not get his Gen 5 buff yet. And despite its size, it's actually very fast. My voice is cracking a lot, but I don't care. This is a very, very good Pokemon that I think it is great, but its best in the time doesn't come until 2 generations later. Make sure that you have Rocket for the ability, not Sturdy. It'll eventually know Rock Slide. It'll know Dig. And heck, if you want him to be a little bit useful with this, teach it Earthquake. It may not impact the most powerful Earthquake, but the fact that it is able to pull off something like that when you find said TM, this is going to be a great choice to go for. It's meant to be a very decently fast wall. Treat it like a wall. Oh yeah, and don't forget that it has a sheer number of weaknesses, and it's not exactly up to snuff with it. Got some rocks here, and that looks like they can be breakable, but we can't seem to do anything about it yet. And also, I'm just gonna come out and say this. I'm so glad they fixed some things out here in the rock tunnel and Let's Go. And they even added a couple of good, pretty nice Pokemon that you can find and that's useful rather than having to go through so much just to find a certain Pokemon. And holy crap, and that's a high level 25 Slowpoke, and I do not want to deal with that. Get me out of dodge. Send out the Weed Whacker. We'll whack its dick. Oh, you think I'm joking? That's why we have Vine Whip. Alright. Sweet. There is actually a Pokemon in here that I'm actually trying to hunt down. And sadly, you are not it. And again, you're not it. I think you have a better chance of finding this Pokemon on the lower levels. I could be wrong though. Are you the one in question? No. They can be a little rare to find. That's what I want to have the repel up. My God! Oh, well, you are technically a required trainer, so we'll get it over with. Oh, come on! Why must you have to be like that? Do I at least have something that'll help with this? Yes, I do. I have one awakening. I actually panicked there for a moment that it said sleep powder again. And that would have been like, oh, that would have been a dick move. That would have been a very big dick move. But you are a trainer of interest because you have a Bulbasaur. You didn't stand a chance. Scary face. Nah. Inferno's already rather speedy as it is. I don't really need it that much. And unfortunately, you are another trainer of interest. Do you know about Pokemon cosplay? Why, yes I do. Been to quite a number of conventions, some of that. Whoa! Yes, yes, yes. Lower my accuracy, but it won't do you much good. Sure. And I just realized your name is Steve. You wouldn't happen to be the same Steven that went in from another location like out of home, did you? And Weed Whacker, you're almost out of PP here for Vine Whip. And that's actually kind of bad. Oh, that's that. Actually, how bad is it? You got 2 left. So we'll have to make sure that we're well prepared for what is to come. I technically do not have a Machop to add to the Pokedex. But maybe I'll take care of that one later. And I got 2 choices to go for, don't I? Okay. Pokemon techniques will make you cry? Oh, God. Go for a Metal Claw. Slash it to there. Oh, good. Uh-oh. I gotta stop learning how to be cocky with these sort of things. There we go. Hiker Alec, I give, you're a better technician. Alright, and I think we're just about reaching the end of Rock Tunnel. Okay, you know what? I'm curious. I need to see something. How rare is this Pokemon? I swear, it should not be this rare to come by. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Whoa! That was nice. Kicked you right in the tail. Kick you in the forehead. I'll kick you in the eyebrow. Hey! Yeah, I'll kick you in the bicep for good measure. Alright. Now may be a good time for me to actually use Weed Whacker on this one. Vine Whip you right in the eye. Easy up. What am I doing? Which way to go? You found an escape rope. I guess you ever need to double back for whatever reason. You can always use this. Alright. I'm going to avoid this trainer, because you are not required. You know what? I'm gonna try something. I know what I may be doing may be a little bit stupid, but I have an idea. Now I'm gonna throw up a repel. This should give me a better chance of finding a Pokemon that I'm looking for. And luckily, because of my nice speed, I should be able to get around this relatively easily. We got some rocks up here that we can, and unfortunately we can't rock smash yet. But give it time. Give it time. Alright. I think it's behind one of those rocks is when we'll actually find something of interest back there. I swear, if I don't find the Pokemon that I'm looking for, and the next one, that a future encounter is going to become a shiny, I'm going to be very conflicted. Do you know how you can avoid getting lost in the mountains? You can bend twigs as trail markers. Did you also know that you can plant a stick upward that indicates that you took a shit in it and buried it? I learned that when I went canoeing. Never mind. Nora said that. You may have a crap ton of HP, but that ain't gonna help you out in this situation. Sorry, Soph. But, ha! Tried to use a priority on me. But it did you no good. Helping Hand. Better for double battles, useless in battle. In single. Ooh, right in between the eyes. Alright. You are... I guess maybe you may be a trainer of interest, but I'm not gonna worry about you right now. Alright, what's up here? You are tied for being the rarest and the one that can be found on the lower levels. How are you more popular to find? My God. Alright. I don't know. Can you kind of beat the fact that you like to talk a lot? In fact, I think at this point I'm probably just going to search over this Pokemon off screen because I'm a little bit overtired on this one. But to be fair, I did plan on showing off the rock tunnel, just getting right through it. So, hoop-dee-doo for me, yeah. Okay, magnitude. Yeah! No. That is not nice. Okay! We have a new one! We got a new one! Make it count! And we made it count! Now Weed Whacker is pretty much just out of grass type moves and for the rest of this dungeon. Oops, outmuscled. More like outranked. Alright. And of course we have one last required trainer fight. Poop! I thought that there weren't gonna be any more, but what do I know? Oh. Never mind. Okay, so there's one last required trainer fight. Alright. What? That's so stupid! Those little douche nozzles. Right, yeah, whatever. Yep, I'm gonna have to find this on a Pokemon off screen and see if I can try to have better luck with that. Oh, just grab this pearl and just leave in shame. We're pretty much reaching the end of Rock Tunnel. We do have this one last required trainer fight, and then we'll finish it up from here. Well, we'll finish up when we get out of here. Alright, time to find out for which of the Meowth that it pays the most. That sounds horrible. just get the elf out. Go for a bite. Wow, that is horrible. That is dumb. Oh, come on! Like I said, at least we're nearing the end of the dungeon. You know what? We're going all in. Going all out. Yeah! This is half as bad as I'm dealing with the devil. There's that. Ah, oh, come on! On a Pokemon. We picked up 400 for good measure. Oh, like hell I'm dealing with any of you guys right now. A Nana Berry. Welcome everybody to Lavender Town. And now, we're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna stop it here. We went into quite a lot in it today. We managed to get hit through 2 routes. We managed to get through Rock Tunnel. We got here and headed to Lavender Town. I think we're gonna end things off from right here. Next time, we explore a little more what Lavender Town has to offer. Kind of go on from there. See you guys then.